warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anastasia. The top stories first. Coalition partners discuss ways to avert Supreme Court deadlock. High-level committee formed to resolve the crisis. Government pleases to promote clean energy. PM Deuba shares of grant assistance to support the energy sector. Nepal Bar Association begins third phase to protect against Chief Justice. Lawyers to stage a sit-in at Supreme Court from today. Suicide bombers target Uganda capital Kampala. 3 people killed in the attack. And Netherlands beat Norway to book place at World Cup. Steven Bergwijn and Memphis Depay send Netherlands to quarter with late strikes. The high-level political coordination committee formed to assist the government has concluded that the deadlock within the Supreme Court should be averted without any delay. A report. A meeting of the high-level mechanism held at the office of Prime Minister and Council of Ministers yesterday drew serious attention to the court-related issue and stressed the need to bail out the problem in a way to keep intact the independence, glory, credibility and integrity of the judiciary. Sharing the decisions of the meeting with journalists, government spokesperson and Minister for Communications and Information Technology, Gyanendra Bahadur Karki, said the committee is expecting cooperation from all sides to seek solution to the recent deadlock surfaced in the apex court. The meeting of the top leaders of the ruling coalition comprising 5 political parties took place under the leadership of Nepali Congress senior leader Ramchandra Paudel in the presence of Prime Minister and NC President Sher Bahadur Deuba. Minister Karki further said that the meeting decided to lay emphasis on the effective implementation of the Constitution and preservation of nationalism and democracy while reviewing and analyzing national political events. Reading out the press statement issued by the 5-party ruling coalition, Minister Karki informed that the ruling alliance would forge alliance in the upcoming by-election of the National Assembly, House of Representatives and Province Assembly. With the constitution of 5-party coalition, crucial efforts have been made to end the complicated transition and bring back the country's politics to right track and also revert the broken state mechanism and systems to proper path. Democracy and constitution have been secured and citizen rights have been guaranteed, reads the statement. Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba has said that the government has given special attention to the development and promotion of clean energy in order to resolve problems created due to the burgeoning climate change. A report. Of the view that although we have not created climate change problems, we have not been affected by it. Therefore, he stressed on the need of developing clean energy to resolve this problem. Addressing the 20th Annual General Assembly of Independent Power Producers Association Nepal yesterday, he laid emphasis on the need of involvement of all to lessen the impacts of climate change. Deuba added that the problem is getting worse due to biofuel and increase in incidents of natural disaster like landslides and unseasonal rainfall. The PM said that the mountains are becoming bare and we should be alert on time as it would invite a serious crisis. He further said that the government has moved ahead with an action plan of consuming the produced power inside the country. Prime Minister Deuba mentioned that the government would formulate a special action plan to order to promote the use of electric vehicles and induction oven. He said that the government is ready to give grants for to promote clean energy and also assured to provide all types of support for the resolution of problems faced by the energy sector. Nepal Bar Association has announced the third phase of protest from today demanding the resignation of Chief Justice Solendra Samse Rana. Representatives of the Bar Association had picked the apex court during the second phase of protest. Now, the umbrella body of legal practitioners have decided to begin strong protest in the third phase starting from today. During the third phase of protest, the Bar Association will be organizing a sit-in at the apex court for 2 hours a day. The bar has accused Chief Justice Rana of promoting corruption in judiciary. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 339 new cases of coronavirus across the country. Following the latest round of tests, the total cases of coronavirus in the country have climbed to 817,672, while the number of active cases has dropped to 7,476. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, altogether 798,714 infected persons have recovered from the disease in the country. The death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 11,482 after the virus claimed 4 more lives yesterday. Nepal is currently among top 44 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The USA tops the list with over 48.16 million confirmed cases, followed by India with over 34.45 million cases. Coronavirus has infected more than 255.05 million people across the world and claimed over 5.12 million lives. And now the news from economic front. The construction of the Nagdunga tunnel has made a progress of 23% in 2 years since the project started. The Nagdunga tunnel is the such tunnel being constructed in the country. The project informed that the digging of 1,812 meters of the tunnel has been completed. The time frame to complete the project is 42 months. More than half the time has elapsed, but the progress is sluggish. However, the project officials claim that the construction will be completed within the deadline. The construction works were affected recently due to the festive season. According to project office, the contractor is currently involved in construction of the flyover, underpass, access road and other structures. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. Suicide bombers have targeted the Ugandan capital Kampala, killing at least 3 people and injuring more than 30 others. 3 attackers on motorbikes blew themselves up near Parliament and the city's police headquarters. The number of dead is likely to rise, with the blast leaving bodies parts strewn in the streets. The Islamic State group has said it was behind the attack, the militant's Amaq news agency reports. The attacks came within 3 minutes of each other. More bombs have been found in other parts of the city, officials said. The bomb threats are still active, especially from suicide attackers, said police spokesman Fred Enanga. We believe there are still more members of this domestic terror cell, especially the suicide bomb squad that has been created by the ADF. A 4th attacker has been arrested and an explosive vest recovered, police said. 2 policemen were among the dead. 33 others were injured in the blast, including 5 critically. Proceedings in the parliament were called off and MPs advised not to come to the building following the attacks. Cars parked near the parliament went up in flames, while the explosion near the police station shattered windows. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. The Netherlands booked their place at the World Cup finals in Qatar with victory against Norway, who missed out on next year's tournament as a result. Late goals from Tottenham Hotspur's Steven Bergwijn and Barcelona's Memphis Depay ensured the Dutch claimed top spot in Group G. The goals were the only bright moment of an otherwise drab game between two sides fearful of being too attacking. It was a costly loss for Norway, who missed out on a playoff spot to Turkey. However, it was also punishment for the lack of ambition for much of a game on which they only mustered two shots, both of which came in the second half. Admittedly, the absence of injured striker Erling Haaland, who scored in the 1-1 draw between these sides in Oslo in September, did not help their cause. Norway has not qualified for the finals of a World Cup since France 1998, while they have not reached the European Championship since 2000. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Coalition partners discuss ways to avert Supreme Court deadlock. High-level committee formed to resolve the crisis. Government pledges to promote clean energy. PM Deoba shares of grant assistance to support the energy sector. Nepal Bar Association begins third phase of protest against Chief Justice. Lawyers to seize a seat in at Supreme Court from today. Suicide bombers target Uganda capital Kampala. 3 people killed in the attack. And Netherlands beat Norway to book place at World Cup. Steven Bergwijn and Memphis Depay sent Netherlands to Qatar with late strikes. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.